Hi folks, it's William with Lodestone, here with another quick tip for you. Now today's quick tip is all about Photoshop swatches. Now when you open a new Photoshop document, you would be given a preset number of swatches, kind of like a small box of crayons here. So I've opened up the swatches panel. We can see this default set of swatches. Now I don't mind these colors, but well, I'm probably never going to use all of those. So I'd really like to just customize this to have just the colors that I want. So the first thing I need to do is just get rid of all of these swatches. Unfortunately, there's not a quick way to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the Alt key, that'd be an Option key on a Mac, and start clicking on these existing swatches. Each time I do, it will remove that swatch. Phew, that's a whole lot of clicking there. But once I get rid of all those swatches, now I'm ready to add my own custom swatches. Now I can do this one of two ways. If I actually know the color recipe, then I could go over here to the color panel and mix up that color based on any number of sliders. I currently have CMYK here, but if I go to the menu for the color panel, you see I can use RGB or HSB sliders. But now what if I don't have the color recipe? What if instead I actually have an image that includes those colors that I want to use? Okay, well I do have that. I've got a Lodestone logo here that I'm going to open up. And so there are just 3 colors here, and I just want to sample those and put them in my swatches library so that anytime I'm working in Photoshop, I will have the exact Lodestone colors to use in my projects. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over in my toolbox and I'm going to locate the eyedropper tool. Now this eyedropper tool by default works on a point sample, and that's okay, but I generally take it up a notch or two to a 5x5 average. To me it gives me a little more accurate result. So what I want to do is just sample the orange, and then I'll come over here to the swatches panel and just click anywhere in this swatches panel, this blank area here in the center, and that's going to add a new swatch. I'll give it a name and tell it OK. And now I'm going to repeat the process. I come over, I sample the next color, and then I come back to the swatches panel, click in this blank gray area to add the swatch. One final color, I sample that, and this time instead of just clicking in this gray area, I'm going to come down to the bottom of the swatches panel and just click on the new swatch icon. Same result. Well, now that I have this swatch library here, how do I save it? Because I would like to use this again and again. So to do that, I just go to the swatches panel menu and I choose Save Swatches. Now I give it a name. Now as you can see, I have already saved the Lodestone colors here, so I'm just going to select that. It's going to replace that particular file with this new one that I'm creating. And there we have it. I have a new swatch set. Now, if for some reason my swatches get reset, let's go over here and let's reset the colors back to the defaults. Okay, that's the small box of crayons, as I like to call it. And let's say I want to choose my Lodestone colors. Well, here we go. I've got my Lodestone colors right here. I'll just replace it, and there we go. So that's how you create your own custom swatches in Photoshop and how to save them as a swatch library. Well, that's going to do it for today's quick tip. If you want to learn more about Photoshop and other Adobe applications, be sure to check us out on the web at www.lodestone.com.